it's like right at 7:30 or a couple of minutes before 7:30. And the other half of the scenario will be here in a moment. And give you a couple of minutes for notifications to come in and for everybody to pop in. Not going to be doing a giveaway or anything today, just trying to get caught up and say hi after all the sickness and everything. Hi, you, Billy. Hi, Amanda. So this is my first real couples chat Sunday back since being so sick. And I cleaned up a spot. It's out of camera. If you want to hide it right here, they can't see it. David's got something he wants to surprise show later in the stream. Let me scoot over so I can get in here. I saw that you were finally in Colorado. I saw a post that you made, and I thought, well, he's back on the 48 grounder side. So,
been a while.
You look wore out in that
I stay wore out.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Well, I don't stay wore out. I'm just.
So let me make sure I put this turned all the way up here. Hang on with me. Bear with me for just a second. Oh, wanted to make sure I had that turned all the way up. We're not going to be on very long tonight because this is my first one back. And
you say that every time.
I know, but I mean it today. This is my first one back, and I'm still tired and get tired real quick. And I cooked a big dinner and I've had a big day, so I'm going to have to rest here soon. But we wanted to pop on and say howdy and let you know that I am, you probably hadn't fish again, that I am, hi Pocahontas, doing much better. My nursing rotation and learning everybody started last week. So in the next few weeks, I should get into a routine, a groove with that, with those people. What?
About
no, it's that V-neck shirt looks really, it shows your,
it's just a shirt.
I know, but
I'm going bald, that's what it is.
Is it?
Yeah, almost. See?
Well, you had a haircut too, and you don't have much hair left.
Up there.
Sorry, that's what life happens to you. I'm gonna have to get mine cut off. It's bothering the crap out of me.
You found it.
My hair's taken to growing here lately, but we just want to pop on and let you know that I am kicking and things are doing good. Hi, Rachel. And
hey.
He's also losing his hair too.
Part of it.
And so we've had a rough month. Hey, Gypsy, we've had a rough month, but things seem to be calming down and falling into place. And
yeah, getting there.
You look brighter.
He looks brighter.
Yeah, he does. And it's that V-neck that shows his chest that's not farmer tan.
Quit now.
I probably look brighter because the bulb.
Got a brighter bulb.
I'm never buying another one of those bulbs. It is so blue. You give 3 haircuts yesterday. I'm due for one. I'm literally about ready to go back to my shaved sides and little mohawk that I had going on.
I mine a couple weeks, 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Your haircut?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, your hair didn't grow very fast anymore.
It grows pretty fast. I got it cut so short, it just ain't grow back out none yet.
Okay.
Oh.
So I've not eaten dinner yet, so I wanted to wait until after all this to eat about it. So we thought we'd pop on and say howdy. And let you know that I am kicking. I'm too mean to die.
I guess.
I honestly think that's the problem at this point. I think I am just too mean to give it up. Healthier. Yeah. And I put on a little dab of makeup too so I don't look so spotted. What are you doing?
Yeah, still rocking the beard.
Oh yeah, that beard will never go anywhere. My goodness, no. It's part of him. Ever since, gosh, one of our bonus kids, Tara, ever since she was like 12.
Nowhere.
Ever since she was like 12, 13, it's better. She's called him Beardy, Mr. Beardy. And she is now, how old is Tara now?
I don't know.
27, 28. So she's, yeah, the beard's been with us a long time. Yeah, it's a rough time of year. It's a bad time for crap to happen emotionally. It's a rough time of year. And then it's a rough health time of year for me, plus with the additional stressors that I had with the heart and the lactic acidosis. And it was just not been pleasant. And then as soon as I got over the lactic acidosis, I got a huge stomach flu that was coming through the area. It was bad. Like I was the sickest I've been in a long time right now.
Pretty bad. Pretty
It
bad.
was bad. So, but at least now I know. Yeah, everybody's emotions have been on. It's like the most unsettled time I've ever witnessed in my life. I'm ready. I'm ready for spring and summer too.
We can't get to spring yet. We gotta have some more cold weather.
David wants to trap, so he wants cold weather.
Maybe about 8 more weeks.
I'm just tired of the back and forth. It just needs to pick a season, and then I'll be okay with it. Just pick a season and stay there.
Maybe February will be cool all the way through, a little bit of snow.
I'm anticipating like 3 big snowfalls by the way my bones have acted all year. So that's where I am. I think that my bones predict the weather better than any almanac. I think we're going to have 3 more big snowfalls or 3 more big like Arctic blasts. So that's where I am. That's what my bones are saying. But I am bouncing back. It took me a while. Like it took me 3 solid weeks to start to feel better. And then but my blood works looked good. And now I'm finally looking and feeling better. But it took me a while, and I'm still sleeping a lot. Still need a lot of naps. Still not doing a whole lot of calls, messages, contact. What are you doing?
I got some stuff for the shop.
Oh, you just decided to sniff that? Why did you sniff that? What is it?
It's just a bottle. Empty
Oh,
container.
it's like a ketchup dispenser. What's it for? We probably don't need to know.
It's a trap line deal.
Oh, okay. As long as you can seal it and I don't have to smell whatever you put in there.
If you go with me next week, you probably will.
Oh, he is off, so David's birthday is next weekend.
Whoa.
It's next weekend, right?
Yeah, next Saturday.
Next Saturday. And so for work, he gets his birthday off for work, but he's also got more vacation time this year because of he's been at the factory so long now. So he's taking off. Oh, they said happy early birthday,
There you go.
Gypsy. And his account for Trapping Hillbilly is Trapper Dave Waters. We'll just keep it. Write David on it right now, and I won't ever use it.
I'm just going back out there.
But he took off Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yep.
And so he's spending 4 days trapping at the cattle farm where Mom and Dad are.
Starting out, probably go longer than 4 days.
Trying to go after
days.
some of the alpha coyotes that are causing some just royal havoc in my dad's cattle world right now. So
maybe.
But he wanted.
So he says.
Well, so my dad says my dad has already caught one, and got super super excited that like my dad has had a lot of heart issues and heart surgery in the last little bit. And he's got a valve defect, and it got him so excited he went into a different heart rhythm pattern, and it took him like a whole day to get unexcited so that his heart would level back out. I was like, this may not have been a great idea, but he's having a really good time with it. Everybody saying happy early birthday. 45.
Whoa.
45. You know, when I was little, when I was like 11 or 12, and I learned that Freddie Mercury passed away at the age of 45, I thought, well, he had that's a pretty full life. That's an old age. And then now that I'm fixing to turn 45 this year, I'm like, man, I'm still a kid. I don't know what I'm doing with life yet.
I've seen Christy before, she knew.
So now that I have a whole different perspective. Hi, Christy. I have not seen that name before, I don't believe, but we have a lot of people that watch me and never talk, and now they're starting to talk more.
Yeah, I've never seen it. So
I like it when y'all talk to me, so I get to kind of build little relationships with you, so keep talking to us. And we normally do giveaways, but today we're not. We just wanted to pop on and say, hey, we're live. We're here. We're still kicking. And David has been doing some work. He's had to stay home more often to help kind of keep an eye on me until my nursing care started. But he's been doing some really awesome stuff in the shop. And he wanted to specifically, we'll see you soon, Hillbilly. He wanted specifically to show you something that he thought many of you probably had never seen. So I'm going to let David show you something really neat.
It's something that I'm probably going to start doing a lot of. I actually been talking to a guy tonight about doing some of it. But in the European mount world, if a lot of people don't know what that is, it's stuff that they do.
Skull mounts.
Skull mounts. Most of them does them with deer. They just leave the antlers attached to the skull and clean it up real good, stuff like that, whiten it up. And so I've done 1 or 2 of them. not really done. And I had a guy ask me about doing this project right here, and been busy. Finally got it pretty much done. I've got to go back over it and hit a few spots to knock just a little bit of the. Uh, it's basically done. I got to whiten it just a little bit more, but then I've got to glue everything, glue the teeth in, and all that stuff. So anyway,
You want me to brush his teeth?
it's probably about as clean as they're going to get.
I don't mind to.
Anyway, Christy was saying something there.
Oh, let me see what she's saying.
Tennessee.
I'm in Houston, born Strawberry Plains. Oh my goodness,
Yeah,
where they
man.
have the Burrow and Mustang at options.
But
Well, howdy,
gotta-
neighbor.
I'm going to take it and knock a little bit more stuff off her. But
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's not fully done, but we wanted to share this
it's
because
not.
it's really neat.
I'm probably going to, by next weekend, it'll be done. The guys are going to get it back. But anyway, this is a black bear skull.
So this one was legally harvested during archery
It was
season in
killed
Tennessee.
archery season and all that stuff. They done know
And
about all that.
the hunter brought it here.
He brought it here opening day, wanted me to do the skull. And
And now
Hey,
he's
Anna
now he's
Marie.
going to get the hide tanned as well. But we wanted to take this opportunity and share this with
So-
you because we know that many of y'all never see anything like this. Turn it sideways.
and Marie's in a new one.
And I've seen it in Marie before.
Okay. First of all, this is not for sale.
No. No.
Cannot sell this in the
Oh.
state of Tennessee. This is highly illegal to sell. But as far as doing it like this,
We can share it with you via the
I can
internet.
do that. And the reason that I have it on towel is because it's still just a little bit wet. But as you can see, everything, and a lot of people thinks that it's done. That I've seen a couple pictures too, and it is very, very white, but
It's not done.
it's not done. The teeth, I may work on them just a little bit, but a lot of people don't get the nasal cavity and all that stuff clean. And as you can see,
Let me have it for a minute.
that's all right. You can see this one right here is very
Look at
clean
his chompers.
all the way through. And
Look at them chompers. But wouldn't
He
you hate to
has,
kick him off on an odd day out in the
he
woods?
has some, like I said, when I get glued this, I'll be glued shut.
But the reason, also,
So-
one reason a lot of hunters want a European mount done is because there's a tooth in the bear that you have to pull and provide to the Tennessee Wildlife Resource Agency.
You see those holes behind the canine up top? I've got those pulled out, and whoever harvested it has to send that back to the state for.
So they do research and get stats and get a lot of health information from the teeth that are provided by the hunters each
But-
year.
This in here was on about a 250-pound black bear, and so anyway, my first one, everybody says it looks good, so
Yeah, this is your
I
first
guess
black
we're
bear
gonna start
skull.
doing this. And actually, the boy that's got this, having this done, he's got a wild hog that he's trying to kill that he wants done. It's got huge teeth. So other than that,
Oh, and what's really funny is the young man that harvested this, I used to babysit.
but anyway, it's just something to work on, something to do, and if anybody that wants one done, they can ship it frozen overnight. Might cost you a little bit.
Yeah.
But as long as I have a confirmation number that it is legal, that's all I need.
As long as it is a legal, registered harvest, then it can be done. But there are so many regulations on these black bear because they're really watching the population, trying to establish the population again, and make sure it's very nice, and make sure that we have a healthy population. For a long time, we got the problem bears out of the Smokies relocated here, and we had a problem bear population. And now we're getting to where we just have a good, healthy population. Oh, hey, from Kentucky. We're just spitting distance from Kentucky. We're just right almost on the line. We're on the plateau in Tennessee. So we just wanted to share this with y'all because a lot of people don't ever get to see this. And, a lot of people are curious about what these animals look like, what the skull structure looks like, what the teeth look like, and they don't ever get to see these things. So this is kind of a way for us to educate when David gets these opportunities from these hunters that entrust him with their harvest. And we like to share, so we want to make sure that we share. Yeah, we've got a lot of Kentucky peeps, so you fit right in. Welcome to the family. Oregon. Who said Oregon? What are you talking about?
Somebody
Oregon,
on the
Rachel. Oh.
The phone said that.
So, but we like to share and let y'all know. This woman, listen, that may be true love. So we wanted to make sure that if we get something really neat in our shop, snorting. It's true love. When we get something really neat in the shop, we like to share it. Berea is really nice. That's not too far south of Butter Jesus, is it? I like going and seeing Big Butter Jesus on the way north. If y'all don't know Big Butter Jesus, you got to go see Big Butter Jesus. I like to pass Big Butter Jesus on the interstate and then announce to everybody in the car that I have found the Lord. He's right there. Old joke, but anyway, you got to go see Big Butter Jesus. But we like to share these things. These are things that a lot of people don't get to see. And there are so many rules and restrictions that a lot of people are terrified of even, asking people that work in the field, can I see this? Can I, So we wanted to take the opportunity and share that with you. And they're beautiful. Yeah, they're beautiful creatures. Black bears are actually the most aggressive, violent, and most likely to kill you bear of all the bears in the world, even polar bears and grizzly bears. Polar bears and grizzly bears are normally more territorial. Black bears, if they come after you, it's because they want to kill you. They don't want to play. But we actually don't have a lot of issues with our black bear population here, do we? They're pretty. They stay where they're supposed to be, and we do have a few that like to come through the drive-through at the bank and look in the window every once in a while, and I can understand that. Those tellers sit there all day like goldfish. But that's about the only problem we have with our bears around here. They pretty much stay where they're supposed to be. But we're getting to see a lot of really healthy harvest. And we only have archery days right now, and just a few of them. But we're seeing really fat, healthy harvest right now. And that's a really good thing. Yeah, that's a really good thing that we're seeing really fat, healthy harvests. And we have a lot of natural food source for these guys. They're not, their numbers are not so huge. They're competing and, having any issues with the disease or anything like that. So they kind of amble through and enjoy the area and have not been, they really don't cause a lot of land damage or issues with farmers or anything. You don't hear of a lot of bear issues in this area. So it's nice to see a population kind of at a healthy spot. Because right now our coyotes are horrible. Our coyotes are causing a lot of problems. We're trying to talk Gypsy into doing an Etsy store with her artwork because we put 3 or 4 of her paintings on our walls this year for Christmas. And let me tell you what, it's gorgeous. She's super talented. I'm not going to force her into sharing her artwork. I think she should because she's very, very gifted. And I made fun and pick on David a lot because when he puts his coveralls on and he goes and traps, he does kind of look like Bigfoot walking.
No.
Yeah, you do. You're shaped just like him. And so she's painted me some of the Bigfoot pictures that I've talked about. Like when David goes and checks his traps around ponds and stuff, he kind of looks like a Bigfoot walking around a pond. And I always tell him, Lord, wear an orange hat. Somebody will pop you. And but he's just such a big barrel-chested man. When he puts on camouflage coveralls, he just looks like a big burly blob out there. And I've jokingly said he looks like Sasquatch out there. And she painted some of the most beautiful pictures. And we have a really good sense of humor and kind of relationship with the whole Sasquatch storyline thing. So we really, and we get a lot of the people that's been in our home the last couple of weeks have given us a lot of feedback on our artwork and our furs and stuff, haven't they?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently people are just really tickled with my country bumpkin house. I'm not. I used to play the fiddle, but I can't do anything now. I used to play the fiddle, mandolin. I played the alto sax and band for 7 years. But I can't do much of anything now with my hens and stuff. So my home is tiny and lived in, but it's welcoming and cozy and loved. So it's there's always something to look at to keep your attention, because you never know what you're gonna find in this house. Mostly because you never know what me and Dave one are either trying to work on, have come up creatively to build, that I'm using to distract from my health issues art wise, or that David has decided to try to handle. Like I walked out into the mudroom the other day and there's a coyote hanging from the ceiling fan. And I was like, oh, hello. I guess you needed to come into the house into a warmer area to hang instead of being in the cold.
It was hanging on back porch. I didn't want to get wet.
Oh, that's
It was
what
the
it
one
was.
that was trying to.
So I walked into the mudroom and boom, there was a coyote pelt hanging from the ceiling fan. And I was like, howdy. So you never know. I've got a whole hallway of coyote pelts, as you saw in that video. So you never know what's going to be in this house. My physical therapy guy loved my house. Like could have sat here all day, asked questions, and just looked around. He was in love with it. So we've had a really good time getting to know my nursing staff and physical therapy staff. Hi, Patriot. Hi, Sandy. I can't keep up with anything. So next Sunday, we're going to resume the giveaways. Where I've been so sick and we've just tried to get squared away. I don't even have my Christmas tree put up yet. We're just trying to get squared away, caught up, and have a moment to breathe since we've made it through like the worst month ever. So we're just trying to get back to square one. But we will definitely be doing more giveaways starting next week. And I'm going to be going back. I'm already working on some dream catchers and some native projects. I'm going to be making one more lamb's horn rattle. I tend to really like in the wintertime to do a lot of the native stuff because I don't know what it is, but a lot of the finer handling makes my hands want to stay limber for the entire cold season. So I try to do the more intricate stuff during the winter to make my hands work. And I still have a bag of teeth. I know that sounds horrible. I still have my bag of teeth, and I have some more earring, the really pretty filigree drop basin lever back drop basins that I'm going to be doing the resin teeth in, and David's going to sell. And I'm just trying to do as much as I can to keep my hands and fingers working. And then if David thinks it's pretty, he can put it in his Etsy store. I just need to do it to keep going and keep moving forward. My hands are doing great, but we're going to be working on the legs and trying to get my muscles to respond a little bit more because they determined that I'm in the wasting phase of this disorder now. That sounds lovely, doesn't it? I mean, like, can we not name it something else? Yeah, I'm going to go back to some of the ceremonial sticks. I've had a lot of people ask about those. And of course, the powwows and the meetings will be starting again in the late spring. So I've had a lot of interest with them and the smudge fans as well. So I'm going to go back to making some of those.
You got any horns?
And I've got one lamb horn.
No, he's talking about deer horns for napping.
Oh, I have tried to nap. And every
needs
time
to
I
sit.
attempt to nap, I make a mess. So if you can do that, you're more talented than I am. Oh my gosh, I can't do that to save my life. I have got, I don't know if we've got anything that would work for you. We kind of, everything that was not like something that we displayed, we kind of turned into keychains the other last year. So I don't know, but if you will email me, Patriot, at watersworkload@gmail.com, or if you will message Dave on Facebook at Hillbilly Furs, we can try to keep up with you, see what you need, and see if we can locate what you need.
That is red eye. Okay, that's right.
Patriot.
What kind of teeth you needing, Cindy?
Look what you did.
I know I'm not very high-tech talented.
So yeah, if you'll just go to Hillbilly Furs on Facebook and yell at Dave, we can see if we can figure out what you need.
Hey, Ashley.
Yeah, Hillbilly Furs, and because we can come across. We've got so many other trappers, and so we can come across almost anything you need.
I'm not sure if we got any keychains on Etsy or not. Do we?
I don't have any of the antler keychains or the fur keychains on Etsy yet. But if you would like for me to put a lot on, I could put a lot or two on.
That's fine. I'm not sure what we're gonna on.
So if that's something that you would like to purchase, I can make up a few lots and place them on Etsy if you're interested in that. Or you can message David Hillbilly Furs if you want to do a private pay with him. That's fine as well through PayPal. A lot of people like the comfort and the safety of an Etsy purchase, and some people just prefer to do a private PayPal. It doesn't matter for me.
I was trying to think. I've got a bunch of raccoon teeth that I can boil out for. If for Cindy, if that'll work.
Yeah, I'll share. Like, I've still got some smaller teeth left over. I use the bigger ones for my jewelry pieces, but I can certainly share depending on what she needs. I can share and do fewer jewelry pieces, and if she needs some teeth. So Ashley, if you'll you got Cash App? I don't have Cash App. Does it? I'm don't know a lot about it. Okay, yeah, send us a message. I'm glad I'm better too, man. It was rough there for a while.
All right.
Email me. Okay, yeah. Get with us. Get with Dave, and he'll kind of figure it out.
We can find some.
Yeah, I've still got quite a few to do my earrings and stuff with, and then I prefer the big coyote molars, to be quite honest.
I've got a whole bag of raccoon skulls that I'm fixing to. I mean, I can do it anytime. They're not.
I think the raccoon teeth are adorable. It's just they're so small. I can't use the
skulls for anything, but I can.
I can.
Well, they're probably not because they're messed up. I just saved them for the teeth.
I can use pieces of them and everything though, but the raccoon teeth are almost too small for me to wire wrap because my hands don't work that well. So I prefer the bigger teeth. So we'll work I'll share the teeth with you. So things you don't think you would ever say, I'll share the teeth with you. I'll look into it. We do I say he does Square stuff at vendor sales, and then of course Etsy takes a bunch of different payments, but normally people are mostly PayPal. I don't really care for the business momentum behind PayPal, but it's because it's like the easiest and longest that we've been with. We've kind of got used to it, but I'll check out Cash App. Oh, okay. I'll definitely look into that then, Patriot. That's neat. But yeah, if you'll message us at Hillbilly Furs, David, get with you, and if we have what you need or can find what you need, we'll help you out. Because this is definitely a field when you do this kind of work and art stuff, and you definitely have to have your group of people to help you, because some people you look at, and if you were to ask, do you have any coyote teeth, they would think you're completely off your rocker. Or do you have any deer antlers for flint napping? They would be like, what? They wouldn't have any clue what you're talking about.
Are you needing like a whole set or just one big point, or how you?
Oh, she does the Ultra Steampunk journals, so they're going to be. They're going to be just little decor. That's awesome. Yeah. Patriot, what size of antler do you normally need to nap with? That is one skill I just don't have. I tried once. I tried. If you can call it trying, it was pitiful.
I got a guy at work, he naps.
I think it's amazing. I remember when I was like...
He's big into arrowheads.
10, 12. I used to sit there and watch them at the powwows do it, and I was just amazed, but I do not have that skill.
Excuse me.
I have many skills. I do not have any of those skills at all. None whatsoever. So... But we're more than open to help people that, kind of do these things, find what they need and find the materials, and if we're able to provide them ourselves, we're get right out there and try to. We did though. We used a lot of our antlers for keychains, and then I've got some that I keep for display purposes in my home because they're really nice racks. But we always, fixing to come up on shed hunting time here soon, so they'll be showing up everywhere, I'm sure.
Yeah, this may look here in a couple of months.
So I've already got some of the carcasses that have been some just people that throw out carcasses. I'm gonna go on a bone ramble if I feel like it in the spring with Dave and do some different art projects, looking for any set of 6-point or bigger, whitetail rack, fresher the better. That one set that's down there on the stool might be okay. Not the big one, the ones that hang on the stool that are together. They're just not on the skull plate. Yeah, shed hunting. Well, I used to really love that. I can't really do much of it now because my I've got a neuromuscular disorder, kind of like MS, so I don't get very far from the house. But it was one of my favorite things to do, especially with the kids, and I miss it. But David still gets out. But now I get to go on bone rambles, and it's because there are a lot of carcasses, and coyotes drag a lot of carcasses up under this power line access way that's really close to where we live, and it's power line access way. So it's if you can get your little 4-wheel drive over there in it, it's easy. You know, it's kind of easy to see and walk, and I don't have to get very far from the 4-wheel drive to, you know, because you spot a carcass and almost drive to it, and then I get to pick what I need. I make David grab it though, because I'm old and domesticated in my senior years.
These are sheds.
Yeah, these are sheds. That one is filthy. Now this is a nice dense quality one. And this one is it's a nice one, but it's not as dense, if you know what I mean. This one's more dense and thicker.
Those are a few year old too.
Yeah, they're a couple 3-year-old. So, but this one is pretty dense. That works. I'll take both tomorrow. Okay, I'll set those aside. They're actually nice antlers. They're not a match, but they're two actually really nice antlers.
Yeah, they're sheds I found, so they're not matched.
Just yell at him on Hillbilly Furs, and he'll get with you. So I'm glad I remembered. I stick antlers everywhere in this house. You never know what you're gonna find in this house. He got those. He found those shed hunting last year. The year before last year.
Yeah, sometime.
It's pretty not long ago.
That's last set I got.
So yeah, that's our last decent ones that we are willing to part with. Now he's got a huge 6-point rack that he found ginseng in one year. But I
couldn't ship it. It cost too much.
No, it's huge, but we love it and we're attached to it, so it has to stay here. I'm glad you popped in too. I'm glad we could help you. I'm glad we have what you needed. Yeah, just send him a message and y'all can work it out. We appreciate it. And of course we've got the Etsy store. I say I act like I'm just like on top of all this, but basically I just take up space. Dave's got the Etsy store on Etsy. It's Hillbilly Heart Decor. And he's got some beaver hides, some raccoon hides. He's got garment quality beaver and raccoon. We only put 1 or 2 up at a time because the ads themselves.
We'll have coyote garment quality.
We'll have garment quality coyote by the summer months, because what we're doing is he's doing some of it here, but where he's working so much at the factory job, we're splitting, and some of the nicer pelts we're sending and having them professionally garment quality done. And then he's doing his Appalachian method on some. So we have a mixture. So if people just want a display, they can get a display cheaper. If they want a garment quality, they can pay more and get a garment quality. And so we're trying to split it up and give more options and price ranges. But you can go on Hillbilly Heart Decor on Etsy and see some of his pelts. I know that we've got a Wild Goose cowhide purse. That is a very expensive pocketbook. It looks brand new. It probably wasn't packed more than a few times. And I've got it plastic wrapped because it's so gorgeous. It's on our Etsy store. It is pricey, but it is less pricey than what you would pay on eBay and other stores. I'm trying to be fair with the price. We've got a coyote fur jacket, women's small medium.
Okay, Rachel, have a good night.
And we've got some old vintage and antique collars and shawls. And then, of course, gnome galore, and some of my creations that David has chose to put up there because he has to fund my craft habit. So every once in a while when I make something really cute, he takes it and puts it in his Etsy store. So, not Rachel. So everybody check out the Hillbilly Heart Decor shop on Etsy. Send your friends. I've got some other stuff that I'm working on, but again, I'm going back to the native side of things because I'm just gnomed out right now. If y'all know the gnome story, or watched any of the lives I did for the last 8 months, gnomes have been the bane of my existence. So I'm going back to my native stuff, my dream catchers, my ceremonial sticks, my talking sticks. And I may even be doing some of those, they call them shaman. They we called them, like, in our groups, they went from like healing ones to prayer sticks and stuff like that. So I'm going to be going back to some stuff like that.
Have a good night, Patrick. Thanks a lot.
We appreciate you, Patrick. So I'm going to be going back to the native side, and I've had a lot of people check in and requesting those things. So I'm going to go back and pull out all those supplies and go back and do that. And it makes my fingers work more during the winter months, which keeps them functioning. So
I brought in some beaver logs for this winter.
yeah, and he brought me in a bunch of willow the other day too, so I could start weaving again. So I've got a new bunch of willow to do dream catchers with. So
we'll probably keep just a few gnomes throughout the whole year.
Yeah.
When we go to places.
Yeah, they seem to be a big hit, but I am never making bulk gnomage again.
Well.
It was just too much. I was like dreaming of gnomes. Like, y'all know, reindeers and gnomes. It was just, and they're adorable and people love them. But wow, whoo! Speaking of people, Jean Scotty was on here and actually did an order the other day. And if you do an order on Etsy and you're one of our YouTube viewers, let us know you're one of our YouTube viewers, because then I pack extra things in the box for you. And yeah, it was a success. So Jeannie ordered the other day, and she should have gotten it or fixing to be getting it. I need to look at the tracking to see. And I'm excited because I packed her some goodies in there, and I'm excited to get feedback from her. And so, but we appreciate everybody that goes to the store and supports Dave. And if you support Dave, then it helps me with the things I do to keep my hands going and to keep myself focused, especially through the winter months that are not good with my disorder. So I craft a lot during the winter months to keep myself distracted from the body issues and the health issues. So we appreciate any and all orders. And once you order from us on Etsy, you basically become part of the Etsy family. So I'm still flabbergasted, though, about that woman that bought my fox face purse that I made that I gave you to sell. Mm-hmm. Because in the review, she was like, wow, it was an authentically tanned fox face, but the title was Authentic Tanned Fox Face leather lace purse. And she was like, I was just so thrilled. It's so beautiful. A little smaller than I anticipated, but I didn't read the description as accurately as I should have. And I was like, okay, well, thank you for blaming that on you, because I told you exactly how big it was. But she got through it just raving on it. And then she goes, but they used a fake bone for the closure. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's not fake. But if I ever put a bone on a closure, or I put it in a place where your hands are going to be around it a lot, or clipping something over it, I'm always going to either chalk paint it and or seal it with Mod Podge, because bones, if not, will flake and splinter, and then you'll get bone splinters in your hands and it'll cut you, and it's just not good. So you should always seal your bones if you're putting bones on stuff and it's going to be like a functioning piece of the piece. She thought it was a fake bone, and I was like, it's not a fake bone. But she was like, it's okay, I'll replace it. And so we were like, if you replace it, please take our bone and break it so that you know it was a real bone. And I told David, I said, we still have the video where we were out on a bone ramble and found the bones. Should I send her the link and be like, here, this is when we found your bone. But it's just, I had a rant the other night. Now it's kind of humorous, because these people that don't know how to make these things, that go and look for artisan quality handmade things, that don't know anything about them, are surprised when it's actually real fur, surprised when it's actually real leather, surprised when it's actually handmade, but then all of a sudden have some kind of archaeology, biology, veterinary degree and know that that's not a real bone when it is. And I was just like, what? Why would you think that we would go through all that trouble and then put a fake bone? And then I had people actually tell me you can buy fake bones on Amazon. I didn't know that, because I have never had a need for a fake bone, because we always have 5,000 laying around. So, but I was really irritated with that at first. And then the more I thought about it, it just strikes me as humorous I don't know. It just struck me.
Oh,
It
yeah.
just struck me odd. But those are the small things that irritate me on the internet. And then David posted a video the other day about his bobcat sets, and some guy from another state that only knew his state's laws was like, "Buddy, you're out of regulation. I hate to tell you." And it's frustrating because if you are a hunter or a trapper and you know anything about regulations, you know that they change state to state, and they often change season to season, state to state, and that every state handles everything differently. And so it's frustrating sometimes when you come across these people that really just want to gravitate toward creating like toxic crap.
He would thought I was in the same state he was in.
Yeah, but
I
it's
don't know
like
how he thought that.
I don't know. I don't know if people like see YouTube and they think that everybody lives in their universe, in their world, up their butt or something. But this reaches everybody across the world, so you know anybody can be seeing it, and I just thought
Hey, Jamie.
how short sighted some people can be. Hi, Jamie. I'm fixing to make Jamie very happy.
Yeah, I know.
So Jamie's got a surprise going to be coming her way very, very soon.
Hey, Gina.
Oh, I was just talking about you. Yeah, I was
Oh.
saying, did you get your package yet? Because I packed it. I packed
Oh.
that box full.
We're talking about your group.
I also, on the community tab, I can't wait for you to do that because I packed the box full. If you look on the community tab, I do have the peacock, the broken star, peacock umber colored king quilt posted. I finally got it back. And what it is, it got a full new batting, backing, and binding. So it's probably been displayed less than 7 times in its whole life, and it basically is a brand new quilt now after everything that I had Margie redo to it. And I put pictures up on the community. It's got a cream, beige, kind of puffy cloud background to make the purples and the indigos pop. And it's a broken star pattern. It's very pretty, and it is king size. So I put pictures up. If no one here claims interest in it by tomorrow, then he's going to put it on Etsy. Because it cost a lot of money for me to get these revamped and ready for sale. So that's how he's recouping some of his fees and keeping my crafting going, and so I can sit here and have something to focus on through this miserable winter weather. But it is a very beautiful quilt, and it basically, is brand new. So if you're interested, the price is in it. It's everybody says I should charge more. I think that's a fair price with the work that goes into a broken star pattern, and all the fabrics that have to be purchased and bought, and then all the reworking I just had done to it. I think that's a fair price, and it is beautiful. It's gorgeous, and I've got it bagged and protected. But it is ready for whoever wants to adopt it now. So we'll let it float until maybe tomorrow afternoon. If I don't get any one from the YouTube family interested in it, then he's throwing it in his Etsy shop, and we'll see where it goes from there. And I think I'm pretty much, that's going to be it for a while quilt wise, unless I dig and find something else that I don't know, or put something together that I've got.
When we find something.
I'm all the time going, and I'll open up a bag and I'll be like, oh yeah, I did this 3 years ago, completely forgot I had it, or started this 7 years ago, or I purchased this from a friend and was going to add it to these blocks and didn't. And I still have a lot of fabric, and I could probably throw something together, but I think I'm going to focus on my native stuff for a while. So this, we might see one more quilt for me until next summer, if I part with one, and that's just to make room because my quilt rack is full. But on a good note, Haley got a quilt rack for Christmas, so she's gonna be taking hers home when she visits. So my quilt rack will have more room here soon, as soon as my daughter takes all of hers home. So we're gonna get, if I didn't have to store everybody else's stuff, I would have so much room. Not yet. I'm so excited. I can't wait for you to get it. I sent extras. I think you're gonna enjoy it. I sent extras. I packed that box full. So if you ever do an order on Etsy, please let us know you're a YouTube viewer. If you say we're a YouTube viewer, you will get extras. It's just gonna happen. Leba Casasiero, she's I'm present and will rewind. It's a good educational video. But I think that's about all we have to share. Jamie, when I send you a surprise, I will let you know. It'll probably be toward the end of the week because David will be off toward the end of the week. And I just really am still too weak to get out on my own very much. So it'll probably be end of the week when David can stop by the post office with me. Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, you're gonna have quite a bit of goodies in there. Oh, thank you. We appreciate you. So yeah, it's gonna be a fun week for me because I get to send smiles and I've got some new stuff, and I always like to see where the quilts end up. So they're a lot of work, a lot of labor intensive love goes into them, but I can't keep them all.
We're good. We got plenty of jelly.
Yeah, I've got my. I'm looking at it right now. I've got my jelly stash. I use them as decor until they get 8. I'm just gonna tell you because they're pretty. So but I'm doing good. I have to say, if
That's something I can't eat. If I did, I couldn't trap. I'd be too fat.
oh, I ate some yesterday. The marmalade is my favorite. That's because she wrote Marmalade's marmalade on the last bottle of marmalade. Smoky cake. Awesome. Oh yeah, so different woods burn differently in wood stoves, and a lot of the newer wood stoves will burn the wood and then will burn the gases. And so when you burn the wood and the wood's gone and it's still rolling and burning, let it alone. It will still burn for probably another 20-30 minutes and burn those gases, and you get extra burn time. It saves you wood, and it's just you don't want to open the door and put oxygen and let those gases out. It's just more economical to let it burn. Poplar is a great way to get a quick fire and a hot fire.
But it don't last long.
But it don't last
pop.
long. And it will pop like popcorn the whole time. I guess that's what they call
Pop that
poplar.
on the floor.
I prefer oak because it burns consistently, but you've got to have a good coal bed. It burns consistent. It doesn't burn super fast. And it'll hang on and it'll keep a good coal bed for you. Every once in a while, we will get silly and burn a little piece of hickory or something that got thrown in. It'll burn real hot, but it'll make noises too the whole time.
Yeah, it pops.
Maple will take up and get a good fire going and be, you won't have to babysit as much. It'll burn easy, but it'll burn easy. It'll burn fast. You don't have to reload more often if you burn just maple. That's why when people order seasoned firewood, they like a good mixture so that if they're starting a fire, they can go with poplar or maple. Or if they're holding a fire, banking a fire for night, they can go with a nice oak. And so that's why a lot of people like to have a lot of different woods in their rick of firewood when it's delivered. David used to deliver tons of firewood, cut and deliver tons of firewood. So we are mostly an oak family, but we do a lot of maple too. And we have a smaller stove, so lots of times we'll like start a fire and then bank it at night. And if I don't get up with it and I don't want to get up with it, we'll just let it go out and then I'll start another one the next day. So we kind of go heavy on the maple sometimes just so it's easier to start a fire for me. But he's also had to start cutting the blocks of wood smaller for me so I can handle them because of my disorder. I can't pack the big pieces of wood anymore. So he has to now bust it twice as much so that I can actually keep my house warm in the winter.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't know that the different types of wood burn differently. Like and that's why you don't burn green wood. Green wood, no, it's got to season. It's got to dry out. You can use pine to start fires and to get a fire hot, but you don't want to use a lot of pine. Pine burns super hot and it has a lot of carcinogens and stuff in it that will stick in your pipe and cause you a lot of flue issues if you're not really watching the flue and keeping it clean. A lot of house fires start because people were burning pine and didn't know they shouldn't be burning pine the way they were burning pine. So it's just knowing your stove, how your stove functions, because all different kinds of wood stoves function differently. And then knowing how the wood burns and how the wood will burn in that stove. And so our little stove, if you put a fast burning big chunk of wood in there, if I could put maple in there for the last 30 minutes that it burns, it's going to be a completely orange rolling screen because it's going to chew that piece of wood up. And then when it's chewing the last of that piece of wood up and it got really hot and it going after those fumes, it's just an orange TV screen. And I'm like, oh crap, hurry up and burn that out because I don't, it looks like it's going crazy in there. But that's just the way our little stove burns. It's a Patriot series.
You about done?
I could talk forever.
I know.
And you're the one that cuts the firewood, and I could talk forever about it. But not a lot of people know that. So now you know. I think David's kind of like me too. He's more of an oak.
I burn green.
Funny.
I do in the shop.
He does in the shop, but in the shop, it doesn't really matter. I mean, burn down a shop, it's a shop. You burn down a house, it's your house. But we got the triple wall pipe. We got the triple wall pipe in our home. And
now mine in the shop's so dry. I have to mix some green with it to get the whole fire.
Yeah, and he's got a little homemade, the little guy that makes the stoves, and it looks like an alien UFO pod. I love it. It's adorable, but you wouldn't want it in your house.
Yeah, it'd be all right.
I wouldn't want it in my house.
It's safe. You just get hot.
Well, I mean, we just have to watch it really close. But I think our little Patriot version stove is a really good stove. It doesn't require a damper. You control the airflow from a lever underneath, and it's been a great little. So we've had it for how long?
Probably, I don't know, yeah, probably
10, 12 years.
10, 12 years probably.
Yeah, it's been a good stove. I need to stove blanket and put new rope in the door.
Yeah, probably.
Cleaning the glass is a pain in the butt because I don't even care if you burn it super hot. It's going to get crap on that glass. But the best way, don't buy the glass cleaners. You take your door off, lay it down on a towel. You get you a scrub brush. You dip your scrub brush in water. You get you some of the ash, and you use the ash to scrub your glass door. And that's how you clean your glass door with no chemicals added. So the little lever one, yeah. So I clean my stove glass with just ash, and I've done it with a washcloth too, and it takes it off. But I'm lazy now, so I will use a scrubby brush, and it will clean it quicker than spraying that glass cleaner and letting it sit for 30 minutes before you can clean it, and then having to worry about the chemicals and all that. That glass cleaner stuff is nasty. Just getting, and it's not the hard ash, not the charcoal, the soft ash at the very bottom. Just wet your rag or wet your scrub brush, dip it in that soft ash, and use that ash to scrub the inside of that glass, and it'll come right off.
Okay.
So you learn these tips and tricks. That glass cleaner is like $18 to $30 a bottle. You just use that ash.
Okay.
Just use the soft burn ash.
Okay.
So much easier. He doesn't clean the glass very often, so
You won't let me. I don't suit you.
I'm particular about my glass door on my stove.
That's why I don't bother.
It's been with me a long time.
That's why I don't clean it.
We kind of know, or we've been married so long, we kind of know the roles that each other takes and what we don't want each other to do. And I don't like for him to clean my glass door on my stove.
That's why I tell you I don't know where nothing's at, because you use it and I don't.
He just told on himself.
No, I'm just telling you.
Oh,
That's why I tell you I don't know where your stuff's at that you use, because I don't use it. I don't know what you do with it.
I hide it.
I know it. Then yourself can't find it.
I've done that to myself a lot the last little bit where I've been so sick. I've had short-term memory issues, and I've hid stuff from myself. What was I looking for the other night that I can't find?
I don't know.
And I said I'll find it eventually.
I don't know. You looked for some
That
much
lamp
stuff.
pendant cord.
You looked for so much stuff that I lost track of it all.
That lamp pendant cord. See, I'm getting better. If I can remember things like that, I'm getting better.
Dang.
Oh gosh, see, we've been married since 2002. So, and a lot of people don't know that David is not the biological father of
Okay.
the kids he
We
adopted.
don't
them.
need this around again.
So, well, we've got new viewers. So he adopted my kids when they were 3 and 4. Well, 2.5, 3.5.
Been on here an hour. You said just a few minutes.
So we got more people coming in to ask questions.
Oh.
She got
Okay.
6 cords.
Yeah.
Spinks. Yeah, I would always prefer to get a good seasoned mixed wood than, a lot of people will just like request 1 or 2 different types of wood. I would always rather get a mixed rick, because then you can kind of pick and choose, and certain days you need something, a hotter fire or not. And that's what he always cuts, so that's what I'm used to. So
Yep.
If you have any other questions, you can shoot them to Hillbilly Furs, and one of us will answer. That was a face.
Had an itch.
Oh, okay. I am feeling better. I'm tired now since it is, but I'm feeling better, and we are trying to get the house
4
back,
hours from bedtime.
trying to get the house back into, just the normal routine again. I'm going to try to get my Christmas tree down this week. I'm so far behind. But getting used to the new nurses and the physical therapy and stuff. So all that's going on.
What?
But everything's perking up. We're doing better. So, and so far, the people that's come out have been really sweet. So Oscar's in love with any new foot traffic in the house because he gets spoiled rotten. So everybody seems to be doing okay, and they're keeping a close eye on me, and through the thick of it, but still handling some of the aftermath. But overall, doing really well and beginning to feel better. Still sleeping a lot, but when I am up, I am back to actively doing stuff. Yeah, it's going to be different for this winter with the nursing stuff and the physical therapy and everything, but it's okay. I think I need it, and I think I will be better next spring and summer because of it. So, but I'll keep you all up to date on how it's going. So, we're gonna get off here because I've got some mashed potatoes calling my name. I made a really lovely roast tonight. And thank you. I appreciate you sending me any good energy. I appreciate it a lot. And I want to do lives, but I get weak. And as soon as I think I really can sit down and commit and complete a craft, we will start doing lives again. Until then, my videos I have to tighten over. And if you have any video ideas, let me know. I am currently trying to get Jonah back on. Oh, I see you. I'm trying to get Jonah back on. He's got a band together and doing a lot of music, and I'm trying to get him back on. So we've got some stuff to look forward to for sure. And but I'll keep putting something out daily so that you know I'm kicking. Okay, so everybody go check out the quilt on the community page. If you know someone that's interested, contact us. Otherwise, Mr. Mystery here will be putting in his Etsy store tomorrow. I'm going to go eat dinner and try to enjoy the rest of the evening.
I'm going to relax.
He's going to relax. We appreciate you hanging out. And
Sounds pretty good.
Mushroom marsala. Oh, that sounds lovely. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for allowing David to share his newest endeavor and give you a little quick glimpse at something super neat. So if you didn't see it, go back and look again. And we'll do this next Sunday, and we'll start the giveaways again next Sunday. So we're going to get out of here tonight, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the prayers and the messages and checking in. We'll see you next Sunday.
See ya.
Say bye, Dave.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
You know something?
Yeah.